Nkanu, in the heart of the African savanna, nestled between towering baobabs and golden plains, lay the village of Nkanu. It was a place where the air thrummed with the rhythm of life, a rhythm that was kept in time by the village's most sacred possession, the drums of Nkanu. The drums, crafted from the hide of the strongest buffalo and the wood of the oldest tree in the forest, were said to hold the spirit of the ancestors. Their deep, resonant sound could be heard for miles, calling the villagers together in times of celebration, mourning, or danger. For generations, the drumbeat had been the heartbeat of Nkanu, uniting the people in joy and in sorrow. Among the villagers was a young boy named Kofi. He was small for his age, with bright eyes that sparkled with curiosity and a heart full of dreams. Kofi was fascinated by the drums. He would sit for hours by the drum circle, watching the elders play, his feet tapping along to the beat. But as much as he loved the drums, he was never allowed to touch them. The elders said he was too young, too small, not yet ready to bear the responsibility of the drum's power. One day, a great drought descended upon Nkanu. The sky, once a brilliant blue, turned a harsh, unforgiving grey, and the earth cracked under the relentless sun. The crops withered, and the river that had once been the lifeblood of the village dried to a trickle. The villagers, desperate and afraid, gathered around the drums, hoping the ancestors would hear their plea for rain. But when the elders played the drums, the sound was hollow, empty. The villagers whispered among themselves, fearful that the ancestors had abandoned them. The elders too were worried. They knew that the drums had always been a bridge between the living and the dead, but now the connection seemed broken. Kofi watched from the edge of the circle, his heart heavy with the villagers' despair. As night fell, he sneaked away from his home and made his way to the drum circle. The moon hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the ground. The drums stood silent and still, their once vibrant skins now dull and lifeless. Without thinking, Kofi reached out and placed his hand on the largest drum. It was warm to the touch, as if it still held some of the sun's heat. Closing his eyes, Kofi began to tap out a rhythm, softly at first, then louder, letting the beat rise from deep within his soul. He played as he had never played before, pouring all his hopes, fears, and dreams into the drum. As Kofi played, a strange thing happened. The air around him began to shimmer, and a cool breeze stirred the leaves of the baobab trees. The rhythm of the drum grew stronger, more powerful, until it seemed to shake the very ground beneath his feet. Suddenly, the sky cracked open, and a torrent of rain poured down upon the village. The villagers, awakened by the sound of the drums and the rain, rushed out of their homes to find Kofi standing in the center of the drum circle, drenched but still playing. The elders, their eyes wide with amazement, approached Kofi. They had always known the drums held great power, but they had never seen them respond like this. The rain continued to fall, filling the river and soaking the parched earth. The villagers danced and sang, their hearts filled with joy and gratitude. From that day forward, Kofi was no longer seen as a small boy. He had proven himself to be a true son of Nkanu, worthy of the drums and the ancestors' blessing. The elders made him the youngest drummer in the village's history, and the rhythm he played that night became known as the Song of the Rain. The drums of Nkanu, now alive with the spirit of the ancestors and the heart of a brave young boy, continued to guide the village through the trials and triumphs of life. And Kofi, with his hands upon the drums, knew that he would always be connected to the rhythm of his people and the land he called home. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos.